Assalamu alaikum, our dear students. Welcome to a new lesson for our school, Qatar Technical School. This is an English lesson for grade 10 using Technical English Book 1. The title of today's lesson is Countable and Uncountable Nouns. Before we start the lesson, let's have a look at the objectives. The first objective is identifying countable and uncountable nouns. The second objective is using quantifiers with countable and uncountable nouns. Please open the course book, page 55. Now we will start by looking at both countable and uncountable nouns, how to differentiate them. First, we will look at countable nouns. Countable nouns are words or nouns that have a singular and a plural form. For example, we say a pen, which means one pen, and we also can say pens, which means more than one pen. Another example, an apple, apples. An apple means one apple, apples more than one. A nail, which means one nail, nails, which means more than one nail. An adapter, adapters. So in countable nouns, we can use a or an before them. We can make them plural, for example, by adding s. Okay, also we use certain words with countable nouns. Let's have a look at them, and let's take the word pens as an example. Before pens, which is a plural word, we can use some pens, 2, 3, 4, and so on pens, so we can use a number before them. We can also say many pens. We can use these words in questions with how many. So we can say, for example, how many pens do you need? Another word we can use is the word any. We can use it in questions, like when we say, do you need any pens? Also, the word any is used in negative statements, like when we say, I don't have any pens. We notice here that we used any with the negative don't. There is not here. So we know that we can use a or an before the singular word. We can make the word plural, and we can use a number like 2 or 3. We can use many, how many, and any. Now let's move to the uncountable nouns. Uncountable nouns are words or nouns that do not have a singular and a plural. For example, all liquids like water, milk, oil. We cannot say a water, for example. We cannot say a milk. We cannot say waters and a milks. Another group of words is things that we buy in kilos. For example, we can say half a kilo of cheese, butter, meat. Okay? We cannot use numbers with these words or make them plural. We cannot say a cheese or cheeses. We cannot say a butter or butters. Another group is words like tea, coffee, and cement. Tea, it's powder. Coffee also is powder. It can also be a liquid. Cement also is a powder. We can say a cement and cements, for example. There are two special words like bread and money. Okay, some people may think that we can deal in money in numbers, but we cannot say a money and monies. Also, we cannot say a bread and breads. So if you cannot do these two things, so this word is uncountable. Now, let's see what we can use with uncountable nouns. Let's take the word water, for example. We can say some water, so some can be used with countable and uncountable nouns. but here we say much water, okay? And we can't use numbers. Okay, if we need to ask a question, we ask the question with how much? How much oil do you need? What about the word any? Do you need any oil? It can be used in questions and in negatives. I don't have any oil. Okay, so now we know the difference between the countable and uncountable nouns and which words to use with both of them. In the next slide, we will see other words that we can use with both of them. This exercise is in your course book. Countable nouns can be both singular and plural. Examples: screw, nail, bottle. Uncountable nouns are always singular. They have no plural form. Examples: concrete, cement, sand, and oil. Let's look at the table. Screws are countable, so we can say a screw, one screw, some screws, two screws, a bag of screws, or two bags of screws. Let's look at the other half of the table, the other side. Cement is uncountable, so we can say some cement, a bag of cement, two bags of cement. Let's look at the questions. Do you need some screws or any screws? Do you need some cement or any cement? How many screws do you need? How much cement do you need? Now let's do few exercises to apply to countable, what we learned in countable and uncountable nouns. Choose the correct option. A, and some, these, or many bread. Can we say a bread, and bread, some bread, these bread, or many bread? Of course, we can use some bread. Choose the correct option. Apple. Can we say a apple, an apple, some apple, those apple, or much apple? Of course, we use an apple. What about cheese? What can we use here? A, cheese, and cheese, these cheese, much cheese, or many cheese. Of course, we can use much cheese. Doll, a doll, and doll, these doll, much doll, or some doll. Of course, we say a doll. Watering pot, much, watering pot, many, that, and, or these. We use that because this word is singular. What about biscuits? Biscuits and biscuits, this biscuits, that biscuits, or many biscuits. Of course, we use many biscuits. Jam. Can we say a jam, and jam, any jam, those jam, or these jam? Of course, any jam. Another word, plates. Notice that this word is plural, so can we say this, plates, these, that, a, or much? course, we say these plates. Now, rice. A rice, little rice, those rice, few rice, or an rice, little rice. Okay, now we will do exercise 4, page 55. Complete the dialogue with the words in the box. The words in the box are any, how, many, much, some, what color, and what size. Most of the words are related to countable and uncountable nouns plus 2 question words. I'll give you 1 minute. Pause the video, please read the dialogue. Then we will try to check together the answers. Okay, welcome back. Let's check the answers together. Good morning. Can I help you? Hello, do you have? Number 1. Very good. Any screws? Certainly. Do you need? Here we should look at the answer first. 10 mil. So the question words should be used here. What size? What size do you need? 10 mil. Okay, and do you need? 2 words. 50 please. So here we should use how many. How many do you need? 50 please. Right. So that's 50 10 mil screws. Anything else? Yes, I need to buy paint please. Some paint. He asked the question and the answer is black, so this should be what color. Okay, so here we need 2 words. Black paint do you need? 6 large tins please. So the question words would be how much black paint do you need? 6 large tins please. Anything else? No, that's all. Thanks. Okay, so after achieving the 2 objectives of today's lesson, please don't forget to go to the Teams to answer the questions. You have 24 hours. Thank you. Goodbye.